Hey, what's up guys? In this video I'm going to show you how to dirty up your samples, how to make something seem like it's been sampled from a record. So I have my piece of audio here. It's called Nitro Deluxe. Let's get brutal.
Brutal with the millimeter.
Right? It's something from 1987, but I'm interested in this last little bit here, which is the stab from Inner City. That part right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to load it into a sampler and run it through something called Vinyl Strip. And that will basically emulate. So right now, if I were to sample this, it would just be this. But if I'm running it through Vinyl Strip, it emulates, it being played, a motor spinning a record, the needle traveling on the groove, the vibration going from the groove to the needle, to the amplifier in the whatever, and then to the sampler. And then there's some bit reduction and rate reduction there, and then back out through the speakers. So it's a degradation, but that kind of degradation is pleasing to listen to. So I'm going to have my little MIDI thing here. I'm just going to drag that down. And this is my piece of audio. I'm going to make it a tiny bit louder. Zoom in and look at that. Make it all nice and neat. I'm going to right click and then crop our sample. And then here is our sample. How's it go? All right, there you go. So from here, we're going to drop in our vinyl strip. This is by AudioThing, and it's pretty cool. So we're going to go from, I guess, left to right, because why not? So this is the compressor. It's more of like a transient designer. Makes it sound pretty neat. Could be how different needles react differently to different grooves. We'll just leave that off because I want to kind of leave that. Drive is, say, if you're sampling the line and it's a little bit hot, which can happen. You can boost that up. Harmonics, odd, or even harmonics, or a mixture of the two. We'll just stay odd. Odd harmonics means it's warmer, as far as I know. Reverb doesn't hurt. Reverb's pretty cool. Tilt. Tilt is the EQ tilt. So this is basically the response of the needle. Typically, say, like older records have a tilt where the highs are a little bit pronounced. Modern records have the lows pronounced. Thing about vinyl records is you couldn't get away with the things that we get away with now in terms of, like phase and like loudness, because the needle would physically jump out of the groove, or the groove would not work, especially near the center of the record. So yeah, I'll just have the tilt up a little bit and cut off. We'll just leave. Dust amount. This is pretty cool. This adds a bit of dust, like it's like dirty. It's aged quite a bit. We have noise, record age. We have wow and kind of flutter, but working with a sample, we should probably leave that. Record age. This is like how they were manufactured to like not prioritize low end because they were played on little tiny speakers, radio speakers. So there's a frequency response of vinyl, which makes it sound great. So there's that. We'll just leave that. We'll have it set to mono, because they sampled in mono, as far as I know. So here's where we get into the cool part. These two red things here, the bit and rate, this emulates the rate that you would, the sampler resolution. We didn't have 24-bit, a million kilohertz sampling rates. We didn't. That didn't exist back then. It was like between 8, 12, 16, very low bit depth, and the sample rate was pretty high. But what they would do, because they lacked some memory, is they would actually sample things really fast So they'd play 45 at like a 7-inch speed, 7-inch single. So it'd be like chipmunk style. And then they would pitch it down. So they would get more room because, back in the day, they only could record like 10 seconds worth of sample material. So if you have an entire track, you want to get like the most out of that. So they'd play the drums at a higher rate. But what would happen when you pitch it down is you get this rate reduce effect. Kind of aliasing sort of thing. So with that introduced, you're basically emulating like the SP1200, like things like that, and just the sample rate reduction that would be inherent in sampling something at a faster speed and then pitching it down. And that sounds exaggerated and old school, but yeah. Right. So yeah, there we go. That's right. So might be a little bit too intense, but whatever. Fun little sample. Anyway, hope you guys learned stuff. This is called the Vinyl Strip by AudioThing. And yeah, it's pretty cool. You don't have to. There's all these vintagey presets here that you can do, and you can hit random and have some fun. Anyway, hope you learned stuff. Take care and have a good one.